Hello and welcome to the 5 Minute Story Hour. You may have heard me say, stories are sticky, meaning they are more memorable than any essay. Stories remind and challenge with regard to values and behaviors. They may even outflank our resistance to grow or change. So here's what I'm going to call, watch everybody, hold on to your hats, a meta story. You may be aware, especially if you were an English major or in literature at all, that many scholars say there are 6 or 7 basic plots. Even if you never heard that, intuitively we can understand it. Think about every situation comedy that was ever put on television. It's always essentially the same story. Somebody wants somebody else not to know something, and the whole 27 minutes, that's excluding the commercial interruptions, is all about the unraveling of that deception. That said, Leo Tolstoy, the great Russian writer, boy, is that an understatement, comes along and says, there aren't 6 or 7 stories, there are only 2. The first story begins, a stranger came to town. The second story begins, I went on a long journey. And here's a fancy word for today. That is incredibly pleonastic, meaning it captures so much. Because consider, almost every story falls into either one or the other category. In fact, I would suggest, I almost said argue, that the Hebrew Bible is a story of we are the strangers who come to town, and we are on a long journey. So let's do a little bit more digging. How do we treat the stranger? Most commonly, it's anxious, suspicion, worry, concern. They're out to do something untoward toward us. Think about every of the old Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns. The stranger rides into town, the man with no name. All the good townspeople are deeply worried. What's his motive? What's he doing here? But there's always the leading lady who's going to fall in love with him. Alas, what's the point? He's going to ride out of town at the end of the adventure to the next moment of intrigue, but she'll always have those memories. A stranger comes to town. It's probably why the Bible has phrases, you know the heart of the stranger, for you were stranger in the land of Egypt, so many, many times. Why? If it were obvious, it wouldn't need to tell us that, especially if you unpack it. If you know some of the stranger's heart, you may not know their name, but they're not a stranger. We are on a long journey. Is that not amazingly clear? Ulysses, the Odyssey, Thelma and Louise, every road movie ever made. We're on a long journey. May we infuse that journey with a recognition that we need to embrace the experiences and the people we meet along the way. 2 stories. A stranger comes to town. I'm on a long journey. And may those journeys manage to do the very following: that our story can grow for 5 minutes and much, much more. Because as I am fond of saying and trying to remind myself, we never, never stop growing. Thank you.